Hi, it's Karen from FootJoy Reflexology, and as promised, I'm here to show you how I use some of the tools that I've gotten through Naboso technology. The first one I'm going to show you today is called the Neuro ball, and it's a textured massage ball. So I'm going to take it out of its box, and this is what it looks like. There's a seam in the middle of the ball, and you have to lean on that ball with your foot, and lean on that seam with your foot in order to get the ball open. So I'm going to show you how to do that because it was a little confusing the first time I tried it, and my 10-year-old had to help me with it. So the seam is facing up now. I'm going to take not quite my heel, but where the crease is above it, and really press into the ball to kind of crack it open. And there we go, opens up. And inside there's actually a tiny kind of neuro ball that you can use to get into very specific spots of your feet. But I don't generally use that in the mornings because I don't actually have enough time. I like to do a bunch of different rolling things. So I don't use it. I really like this part of the ball. So I'm going to show you what I do every morning with this Neuro ball. So now that it's split, I'm putting the dome side up and the sensors are up. And then I like to do 1 foot at a time, but depending on how much pressure you want or what you think feels best, you could do both feet, but I like to focus on 1 at a time. So I'm going to show you the different spots that Dr. Emily Schlichal, who's the founder of Naboso, recommends. So these are all per Dr. Emily. So the first spot is right above the heel, kind of like the heel line, and I'm gonna place my foot right on top. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can kind of see what's going on. So putting it right there, and I'm gonna lean into it. I might shift, I like to shift side to side with my foot, not my body, just the foot, kind of massaging it and forward and back. And then maybe I'll sink into it, bending, and I'll hold that for 30 seconds. And then the second spot is right in the middle of the arch. And I'll get on top of the ball. And I might try to curve around the ball a little bit too, rather than just like a flat pressure. I might curve my feet. And again, 30 seconds there, back and forth with pressure, side to side. If I find a tender spot, I might dig in, but I'm not rolling, I'm just pressing into it. The third spot is right below these joints here under the ball of your foot. So I'm gonna get in the center of those and press forward and back, side to side. And I'm curving my toes again around the dome. And then the fourth spot, I'm gonna turn this way now, is on the lateral side of the foot, just above that heel line again. And you'll kind of sink right into it. And again, forward and back, side to side. This spot always feels really good to me. And then the last spot, again, turning around so you can see it, again, is above the heel line, but it's more medial and more in the arch. And this is always quite tender for me. It's like I can feel it go right up my leg into my like low back even. And again, forward and back, side to side. And then sometimes if I have more time, I might go to other spots on the foot, like right at the, right below the joint here, below the big toe, because that's a tender spot that gets a lot of work from walking or jogging or even standing. And then another tender spot I found is underneath the 5th toe. And I find when I work on people in reflexology that's always a tender spot. That's the shoulder reflex. So just because those are the 5 points that are suggested doesn't mean you can't play around and find some other sensitive areas and pressure points for yourself and do that same 30-second hold. Then of course I'll switch to my left foot and do the same thing. Then when I'm done with all the pressure points that I want to work, put the ball back together with my little ball inside. And then if you've seen any of my rolling videos, this is very similar to what I do with lacrosse ball. So now I'm kind of like working out the muscle tissue at the bottom of the feet rather than finding pressure points. So right now I'm rolling the ball of the foot and I'm going from the outside, rolling back to the medial and all around, just whatever feels good, but trying to get under each toe a few swipes. Then I'm gonna move down underneath the joint here, again, the metatarsal phalangeal joints. And I'm going to really dig in and I'm gonna do little kind of up and down movement with the ball. And I'm gonna, again, go from the outside in and then maybe back, and under each toe, do a couple of runs up and down. Now I'm gonna do the arch, and these are longer flowing motions, and this is getting at the plantar fasciae. So if you have any tightness in the arch or have had issues with plantar, then this is a great kind of rolling for you. And again, under each toe, I'm going to go up and down a few times, moving from the lateral to inside the foot, getting in that arch. And then again, I'm going to go to that crease right above the heel line. And I like to swing back and forth in that crease. And then again, lateral to medial, getting little swipes up and down along each toe line. So I get to the middle and then maybe I go back. And then finally, I'll put my heel on the ball and just roll back and forth, side to side, all around. And then once I finish both feet, then I like to put the ball in the middle. And I love this. It's very much more sensitive than you probably think, and it's gonna feel great. And so I squeeze the ball against one foot while I'm rolling up and down with the other. And you might be able to find some spots that you can get into on the inside of your foot under the ankle or up by, I have some bunions, so I like to get up near there, and then switch your weight onto the other foot and roll. Now I'm not holding on to anything, so I'm making it more difficult on myself, but I usually hold on to like a dresser or something like that. So definitely you don't have to do this, without anything to hold on to, like a wall or something. So that's how I use the Naboso ball every morning, and I hope you'll give it a try. Thank you.